Hey, this video may get a little choppy, and that's okay. One of the things I want to show you, I know last week some people had questions around how do you add a Facebook pixel to your website. So I'm here in Facebook, and the idea of a pixel is very simple. You're going to put a little piece of code onto your website. Sounds complicated, but it's not. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. You're going to put a little piece of code onto your website. What that code basically does is it phones home, like ET, if you're as old as me, but it sends a call, a message to Facebook, and it gives the basic details of the person who's on your web page. And if that person has a Facebook account, Facebook can link them to your page. When Facebook does that link, it does a number of things, but the biggest thing I want you to understand today, because this is a very simple class, is it lets Facebook know that that person interacted with your page, and therefore it treats any future engagements that you have with that person, as if that person is already your account. So when you advertise cold on Facebook, you're reaching out to people you've never met, you've never talked to. They don't know you, you don't know them. Your cost can be a couple of dollars to $15 per connection that you make. That's what Facebook makes to connect you to other people. When you already have that connection, your cost drops to cents, pennies, cents, okay, nickels and dimes, rather than dollars, all right? So it's very important that you put that pixel on your website, because otherwise a few things happen. When somebody goes to your website, if they don't fill out a form to tell you that they were there, basically it's a billboard. Somebody drove by and they saw it, but you don't know, did they notice it? Did they not notice it? Were they paying attention? Were they not paying attention? Are they interested? Are they not interested? And that's the way a billboard works. Your website should be more than that. If someone's gone through the trouble to do a Google search, found your website, gone to your website, looked at different pages on your website, they're interested in some way, shape, or form in what you're selling. It's just common sense. So if they're interested, it would make sense to pay a couple of pennies to advertise to them on Facebook. And then, if you advertise to them on Facebook, you might be able to get them into your email list, or you might be able to get them into your messenger chatbot list, or you might be able to get more interaction with them on Facebook, on your page, or in your groups. All right? So this is what I want you to be thinking. So when you come into Facebook, and yours may look a little different. I have multiple accounts, right? So you'll see here, I've got a post here that reached 871 people. I've got another one here, 896 people, but some other ones that were only 11 people. Some that only have a few reactions. But when you look at this and you see that, 871 here and 896 here, that's 1,600 people that I can reach out to for pennies in the future. So I'm going to change my page here. This is one that I just started using. My last two posts have done really well, almost 1,000 people connected, right? Again, not a lot of reactions, not a lot of comments, but I can connect with these people again. So what you would do is you're going to go into, and I'm going to, again, because I've got a couple of different things going on here, I'm going to click on More Tools. You're going to look for your Events Manager. All right? Facebook's a little slow. It's not me, I promise. All right? And you'll see here there's no data sources here. Right? We want to add a data source. I'm going to click Connect. Right? I'm going to click Web because mine's a website. You can do this for apps. There's also certain ways you can do this offline. I'm not going to get into that today. Today I'm going to keep it simple. So I'm going to connect to my web page. I just want a standard Facebook pixel, again, for today. I'm going to name my pixel and this is https://whack. Yes, we say whack. And this is my website, localbusinessbuilding.com, that I'm going to use with this pixel. If you have multiple websites, you're going to have to get a Facebook business account, or you're going to have to share your pixel across accounts, and there's ways to do that. But for right now, focus on one website. Again, maybe you have a restaurant, maybe you have a local plumbing shop, anything like that. And I'm going to click connect. I'll continue. And pardon me, but I have to double check this. My wife had surgery the other day. Okay, we're good. So you can use a partner to do your integration. So if you use Squarespace, WordPress, Shopify, there's a couple of different ones. Wix, I think, is one. You actually have to use their special way of connecting. But any other website, you're going to be able to come right in here, install code manually. It's very, very simple. I'm going to click copy code, right? And now I'm going to go and paste the code. Now here's the key. On your website, you're going to find your header section. In your header section, you want to paste your code between the head tags. One's going to be a regular thing that says head, H-E-A-D, no backspace, right? The end of that section is going to have that slash. And we're going to see that here in a moment. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this up. If it'll let me, I'm going to pause this recording right now. I'm going to bring up my website so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, this is my GrooveFunnels account. Now GrooveFunnels will give you up to 3 websites free. 3 of them. 3 full complete websites. I'm going to put the link down in the comments of this video. And you can get that through me, and you'll get three free websites. So it's a GrooveFunnels Lite account. But if you've only got one business, you're never going to need to upgrade. You'll be able to use it forever. And again, it's up to 3 accounts, so you could even add a second or a third one on there if you wanted to before you had to pay to upgrade. So I'm going to go into my pages here. And I said we're doing Local Business Builder or Local Business Building. And this is going to open up for me here. Now, I'm in the page here, right? So if I come into pages, this is my home page. Is it edit settings? It's been a while since it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so including in my head. Remember we said we wanted to include these in the header title, right? So I've already copied it to my clipboard. I'm going to paste, right? You see it ends my Facebook code here, right? So I'm still in my header, right? And it says up here that it's saved. I just want to double check that it is. We're going to click out of that field. And again, this is, I'll do another video on the actual builder here, but this is a really simple drag and drop builder where you can design all sorts of nifty pages. So So if I go back to home now, and I'm doing this for a reason, I want to come back to the home page. I want to go back to my edit settings, and I want to make sure that that stayed in the header. And it didn't. And I'm going to come over here. Come back in. So maybe there's a problem there. Maybe if I come over here, I come to site settings. That's what I'm doing wrong. See, I told you it's going to be choppy. All I have to do is hit the little check mark. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been in here. Now it shows it's saved. See here? And now if I click publish, it's going to publish it out to my actual website that's out online, right? It'll take a minute or two for it to finish publishing. I actually have to do this to every single page in here, right? Each page should have there we go. Should actually have the pixel on it, but for right now, I'm just going to do it on this one. And if I come back to where we were, which tab was I on? There we go, right? So I've copied and pasted it. I'm going to click continue. Automatic advanced matching. I'm not going to turn this on for right now. Again, this is a simple class. Event setup. Okay, so rather than doing a new track button here, I'm just going to track the URL. URL equals this. View content. Confirm. Okay, so if they come in here and they view any content, we're good. I'm going to hit finish setup. Anybody views any content, I'm going to do finish. Was the event setup tool helpful? Yes, it was. And done. Okay. So here we have my connection for local business building. I'm going to continue the pixel setup. We've already done all that. So there we go. Test events. Test server events. Test browser events. That's all we're going to do is open the website. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click on a button here just to make sure it looks like it did something. Okay, I'm going to come back, and what you're going to see here is, there we go. So, the page was viewed, and it's processed. Content was viewed, and it was processed. I didn't specify what content, right? So now, anytime someone goes to my website, I'm going to know, and Facebook is going to link them to me. Now notice, Facebook doesn't tell me who they are. It doesn't work that way. They keep that information private. You're going to have to add one of those cookies notifications and some other notifications to your site, but for all intents and purposes, you're set up, right? You've got a diagnostics page, make sure everything's good. History, here's my event update, right? So, my pixel's now set up. You could set up a pixel on any type of website. Again, if you have somebody else manage your website, you can actually go in here, create the pixel. Where it said using partners, you can actually send information to those partners. You can send an email to your developer. Some of the partners you actually have to put in your user ID and password for, like your Google tags or some of the other partnerships. But again, this is pretty simple. So if you own a local business, you're a florist, just picking something, you're a florist, and you don't have a pixel. Somebody comes, they look for a florist, they find you, they move on to somebody else. You don't know why. You don't know where, you don't know how it broke down, right? Now, maybe they were just searching willy-nilly, or maybe there's a graduation or a wedding coming up. You go ahead and you're running your regular Facebook ads for a couple of pennies, and that little ad comes up. You've seen them. You've seen them in your own Facebook where, oh, you were just talking about florists, and now all of a sudden you have all these little ads for florists in your Facebook. This is a real easy way to set that up. And the best part is it's free to set it up. It's free to set it up. You don't pay until you try to remarket to these people. They call it remarketing or retargeting. But in both cases, your ad spend with Facebook is going to be substantially cheaper than it is if you just take out a plain old ad and blast it out there to people you don't even know. This is the way to go. And even if you're not planning on running Facebook ads for 6 months to a year, put the pixel on there, because it starts to build your audience. And then when you get ready to advertise, you tell Facebook, this is the audience I want, these people who've previously been to my site. And I want people that look like these people. The computers with Facebook and these other companies are tremendous with what they can figure out. They will look at the likes and the wants and the needs and the desires of those people that already visited your webpage, and they will then create a look-alike audience of people that look like those people. People have the same wants, desires, and needs. And again, now you're saving a ton of money, and you're advertising to people that want what you have. So if you're a restaurant and somebody does a search online and they're looking for the best happy hour in town, they come to your website, they look around, you don't know if they liked you, they didn't like you, you can remarket to them on Facebook. And if you had a web page called Happy Hour, there's a way, and I'll show it to you in a different class, but there's a way to set it up so that the web page that you have, the actual page that you have for your happy hour, if they go to that page, remember that you could specify content. If they go to that page, then you can remarket to them and you can send them your happy hour specials. That's right, people that you now know like to go to happy hours in your town, you can now target them to get your happy hour advertising on Facebook to bring in more happy hour people for you Monday through Thursday, let's say. Why run it on a Friday? You're going to be busy. Saturday, you're going to be busy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you could run specials, stick them right out there on Facebook for a couple of pennies per person, and let them see what your specials are, and they can come out and they can visit your restaurant. Right? If you're a plumber, people search for a plumber when they need a plumber, and that's true. But if you have other services that you sell, like drain inspections and things like that, you could target those people. If you're an HVAC person, people look for HVAC when they have a problem. But you can remarket to those people saying, it's springtime, it's time to check your vents. Here's our vent check special. Just like somebody else does on Groupon to get their foot in the door, but you're not paying Groupon 50% of what you collect. You're still giving them a heck of a deal, but you're coming in, you're keeping that money in your pocket, you're gaining a customer because you come in, you check their vents, you clean them for them, you make sure you take a look around and tell them what else they might need, you leave them with a good feeling, and they're going to call you when they need somebody. Because now they don't have to Google it. They've got a guy. I've got a guy that does this. I've got a guy that does that. I've got a girl who does something else, right? That's what you want. You want to be front of mind for people when they're looking. Anyway, that's the quick and easy course today on how to install your Facebook Pixel. If you're not sure how to install it on whoever your web hosting is with, do a quick Google search and say installing Facebook Pixel Wix, installing Facebook Pixel Squarespace, installing Facebook Pixel HostGator, installing Facebook Pixel GoDaddy, right? And the ads will come up. Facebook's own instructions, look at this, right? Business Center, create and install a Facebook Pixel right here. Here's the instructions, step by step, right? How to manually add it, how to use a partner, like you can't see my hand down here maybe, how to use a partner, right? Or how to email instructions, right? So if you have some kid or somebody else managing your website, here's how to send them the information, right? And there's one other thing I want to show you. Okay, I'm going to go into a incognito window. I'm going to go into a new window. Right, and you will see up here, see this little thing? This is Facebook Pixel Helper. If you use Google Chrome, you can get Facebook Pixel Helper. See, it's up here already on this one. But this is the tab we're looking at, right? And now if I go to localbusinessbuilding.com and I go to my actual website, boom, this thing lights up. There's 2 Facebook Pixels on here. One is just for coming here and the other one is for content. And now there's a third one. I don't know what else I added. I must have added another one. But this tells you there's Facebook Pixels on here on this website active. That's a way that you can check to make sure yours is working. We already saw on Facebook. Facebook told us it's working. Now we've got a third party that says, yes, it's working. Right? So there's ways to double check it. If you're paying somebody else to make sure your Facebook Pixel works, download Google Chrome if you don't already have it. Get Facebook Pixel Helper as a Chrome extension. It's another one, you can just Google it. Chrome extension, Facebook Pixel Helper. And you'll be able to double check their work and make sure that they're doing what they promised you. Anyway, I hope that works for you today. Again, quick video. I said it was going to be a little choppy. I'm sure it was. Not very professionally edited, but it really is a very simple process. I'll make a couple of other videos so that you can see how to optimize it. You can have it set up even if somebody puts something in a cart and then leaves. You can send them another email a day or two later saying, hey, saw you abandon your cart. Can you tell me what was wrong? Can you tell me what you need? Sometimes it's just people couldn't figure out the size or some other information, right? So I'm going to go ahead and stop now. I've rambled enough, and I hope you have a great night. Happy Monday.